Hi and welcome to Rory Palmer Property. Today we're at an HMO that we own. We've had this for 3 going on 4 years now, I believe. Yeah, we bought it like just as the tenants moved in. We bought it about a month later. The guy that was before was an HMO landlord and he just needs to downsize his portfolio. So we took this off his hands with the students in situ, and then the fun began. Let me come and show you through. Oh, let me start with this first. Obviously now you can see a bit of mess. The reason being is the tenants have just moved out, and we've come to see what needs doing, what needs fixing, what needs making nice. So when the new tenants move in, which is a bit too soon for my liking, I usually like a good week in between tenancies, for the simple reason being it gives me time to paint, tidy things up, fix any problems that might be or might not be. But our letting agent has decided that they're going to move it forward, so I've got 2 days. In that time it's going to be a downscale version of what I was going to do, but let me take you through and talk to you about what's happened and what we've been doing. Let me start with this door. This isn't a new thing, this was literally a year old. Simple reason being that the last one was wooden. It lasted about a year, then we started getting the tenants or the students saying to us that it was quite drafty. I tried numerous things to try and do with draft excluders, and it just wasn't cutting the mustard. So we bit the bullet, bought a new door, went for the higher range door, which roughly came in the sort of down south Surrey area, came to about £1,700–1,800. I don't know if it differs elsewhere, but that's what you're looking at. But that door is solid as you like. It's good for the insurance because obviously it's got a 5-pin lock. And it's going to last us, I hope, indefinitely. Obviously we did do a few other little things as we started out in this property. We obviously changed lights as we always do in our properties. We changed light switches and sockets as I say, we always do with our properties. The one addition we did make with this property last year was, not that it's a regulation yet, sorry, excuse the messy door. This is students for you. We put fire doors on. We've only put them on, we've got other things to do where you put all this in, and then you put these little jobbies on, these self-closing doors. This is to expand or something between the door frame and the door. As far as I know, I'm not an expert at this, but this is what I've been told. So obviously what we need to do is cut out a router around the door and eventually put these in. But this isn't a necessity yet. What is a necessity is the ones that are done, where you meet a kitchen. So any room off of a kitchen needs to have a proper fire door. It needs to have, as I said, all those rims that go around the edges, and they need self-closing, because if they don't meet regulations and you will be in trouble. We've done other things in this property. Obviously you get, with this sort of property, I suppose we do it in all our properties as I think about it, but we've got a little dishwasher, we've got a new cooker that we replaced last year because that gave up. If I get you to just swing around there, please. We got a tumble dryer and washing machine in there, and it literally, you got your boiler. There we go. So that's all tucked out the way. Obviously a bit of storage in there. So we've got our appliances. But in this property, unlike other properties, we have the kettle and the toaster. Just because it's students, they're not likely to have these things. And with student prices these days, what they're left with at the end of it, they're going to be up to their eyeballs in mortgages in loans. And just try and make things easier for them. So if you've got a Hoover, if you've got a mower, if you've got a garden, just these little things might inspire them to just keep on top of the property if they're responsible for it. And therefore, when you come to sort the thing at the end of the year, whereas we're looking at now, where we're now sort of saying, right, you haven't done this, you haven't done that, we need this done. Like for instance, brand new, literally last year, and it's, these things happen, but two drawer fronts have been broken off. The parents have been very good. They've just literally, as soon as they've noticed it, they have ordered them, and they're now on order and we're ready to put them back on, which is kind of nice that they're willing to do that. because it then stops all the arguments of going, right, we've got your down payment and we need to take money out of that to fix this or change that, or hoover, clean, tidy, mow, whatever it needs to be done. So yeah, let me think about what else we need to talk about. So yeah, I've just come in this week to just literally do, well, I say week, 2 days. These doors are atrocious. As I said, I had plans to literally paint these 2 coats every door in the place, just to bring a bit of, when someone walks in for the first time, the students, all, I don't care if it's a new, like a new tenant or whether it's a student. I want them feeling like, wow, look at this place, isn't it nice, isn't it lovely? It's not going to be Buckingham Palace, but it's literally saying, just treat people nicely, maybe they'll treat your property nicely. So yeah, so paint doors. Make sure everything's clean, especially cupboards. I mean, the amount of times you find with HMOs, you'll just literally come to cupboards and you'll go, oh, they've just left. Oh, there's a ton of mess in there. These guys were pretty good, to be fair. They've left everything nice and sweet. I've wiped down a couple of little bits, but that's been nothing. For the first year in 3 years, it's been wonderful. So yeah, so literally it was just that. It was just checking that every light bulb works, all the appliances work, all the fire alarms work, all the carbon monoxide that you need works. It's checking that the fire extinguisher is okay, that the fire blanket that we've got is okay, and just making sure that everything's tidy, everything's clean. Even around pulling out the beds and just making sure that the beds have all been dusted down where you don't usually look or see or whatever. Just make sure that you make that little bit more of an effort, so that if anyone does come in and go, oh, that looks disgusting, because you wouldn't want to live in it, neither would I, so why would anyone else? So yeah, so literally paint through. I've just literally this morning, I've cleaned all this down, although there's still some mess on it, I've just got to clean it off. But the actual lime scale that was all over the sink was quite heavy. So you'll see this stuff is magical. If you ever want to get lime scale out, get that. Not sponsored. Anyway, but we were up for it if you want to. Anyway, so yeah, so literally this morning was literally coming in, behind this shoe rack was literally all black marks up the stairs, as you get it in every house. Little black scuff marks as people are, running up and down the stairs and shoving their shoes and everything else there. Same with all the upstairs. It was literally scuff marks here, blue tack. There you go, students, I've forgotten that one. Blue tack everywhere. Take that off. Make sure that, if it does bleed through like a matte emulsion, that you literally use a little stain blocker first. It will stop it. Or gloss. You can use a stain blocker or gloss, which gloss is going to be cheaper. Stain blocker is a little bit more expensive. However, there are your issues. There's your problem. And there's it sorted. And that is kind of it, really. It's just, keep on top of things. If you can, get a tenancy, let an agent to come in once every 6 months just to keep on top of it and look at it, because not all of them do, like our one at the moment, which I'm very upset about. Because you're responsible for this. You're responsible for people's lives. You're responsible for 5 students' lives. So making sure your insurance is up to date, making sure that someone's coming in and checking your fire alarms, checking your fire blankets, checking your extinguishers, and checking your monoxide. Even though it says 10 years on that monoxide thing, I always make sure that it just beeps, because I just want to make sure that everyone's safe and happy. Because literally we've got 7 doors down. There's been a fire. I noticed that today. There's been a fire. So God knows what happened. God knows how bad it was, or how good it, how okay it was. But it does bring it home to you that you don't really want that for yourself. So put things in place. Make sure things happen, and you'll get yourself a good reputation as a lovely landlord, which is what I'm aiming for. But anyway, for today, that is it. Thank you very much. Take care.